You are listening to an Atomic Broadcasting production, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the feature presentation. And remember, do your part, such as like, comment, rate, and don't forget to tell a friend to tune in for an Atomic Time.
Now, where did we leave off? Ah, yes. Deep within Trollforge, the team was ambushed by a corrupted forge servant, drawing its strength from the very lava running beneath the room. As they tried to subdue it, it lashed out at Val, nearly killing her, then aimed another strike her way.
So I was at Wendy's the other day.
Yeah.
And you know those Coca-Cola freestyle machines where you can like select your drink and you can select the flavor?
Oh, yeah.
You have
Yeah.
one button to push to actually dispense.
The one with the touchscreens that never work right?
Yeah.
I hear those are gross.
They have these things now that, well, not these things, but they have a QR code that you can scan up in the top corner with your phone. And you can actually dispense, and everything with your phone.
Oh.
And that is absolutely ridiculous. But the thing that I was thinking of was, what if I scanned the QR code or took a picture of it, went home, and then just randomly dispensed soda?
Put up a little GoPro camera somewhere so when someone's standing there, you choose their drink for them.
They're going through the selection.
And then suddenly...
Like, cherry Coke.
This is the chaotic evil energy we all need in life.
I was sitting in my bed, and I opened up my phone's browser, and I looked at it, and it said, your phone is no longer connected, or something like another phone is connected to this device at the time. And I'm like, I feel like after I left their area, like a GPS network or something, they would cut me off. But like, if I had that QR code, I could just scan it at any time and then dispense whatever I wanted.
Please do. Like,
it's such a good idea.
You thought
It's a
you were
great
getting
idea.
a Coke. But
So-
no, you're getting a cherry Phantom.
here's why I think it's a good idea. At most, you waste like a nickel, depending on how much you do it, and it will rarely ever cause a mess, and it will be a weird mystery for the people who work there.
We have to choose a soda that nobody likes. I have to choose a soda that nobody likes and just use that one every once in a while. So what is the least popular soda at this table?
Sundrop.
Screw you. I love Sundrop.
At
It is
this
I'm going
table?
to choose.
It's a joke.
I'm going to choose Fanta, strawberry Fanta, as our scapegoat.
Are you sure you don't want strawberry Phantom?
Now, is that...
Did I say Phantom?
You said Phantom.
I now have a vision in my mind of this guy in a business suit, and he bursts into the CEO's office. Sir, consumption of strawberry Fanta has quadrupled in the last week.
all from this one Wendy's.
one store. There's one person that just had a craving.
That's how you get a strawberry Fanta store in that location.
It's like back in the day, I don't remember how long ago, but whenever somebody decided to put like a 2-liter thing, attach it to them, and run a hose through their sleeve and put it on the bottom of a Taco Bell cup, and then dispense at a Taco Bell just a whole bunch of Baja Blast, and just fill up the 2-liter bottles by 2-liter bottles, just consistently. Like, he would just stand there for like 10 minutes filling up his cup. But I feel like that would really increase consumption.
That would also be really suspicious if
Yeah.
someone is standing there with...
Don't be suspicious.
Stuff
Don't
like that
be suspicious.
always like confuses me because it's free. Like, once you buy it, you have infinite refills as long as you stay at the location. But they hate it when people do stuff like that. And it's like, but I can sit here all day and drink a 2-liter if you want me to.
They gave you the cup. Use that cup, not another cup.
Well, it's like if you go to a buffet that says all you can eat, but then you stay there for like 6 hours and you have like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They don't actually want you to sit there and eat for 6 hours. You're gonna you eat what you can.
But you can't walk in with a bag full and just fill it full of food and leave.
No, you can. They just charge you extra.
Well, yeah, exactly.
That's called to go.
From this group's experience, when you do that and you stay at the buffet all day, you just go up and you pay for each meal and come back to the table.
That is true.
That is true. Just pay for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stay in a cafeteria for 12 plus hours.
Yeah.
Take the salt dispenser.
Playing random games. Do we still have that?
And have a good day.
I have it. I took it.
Wait, one of us took a salt dispenser?
This guy
Okay.
took the
You
salt
thief.
dispenser.
I didn't take it. I got it from John.
Oh, right.
It was the salt dispenser everyone would spin around the table for years. And then
So-
when we were graduating, I took it and put it in my car, then forgot about it for 2 years.
We have to clarify for legal reasons that it was one, a disposable salt shaker,
Yeah.
and two, it was empty. So it's not like we were stealing salt.
And 3, they don't use those ones anymore.
No.
And 4, I don't know where it came from.
Well, that
McDonald's.
I stole this, but I don't know where I stole it from. That's a good defense.
Speaking of a good defense,
oh.
let's jump back in.
I don't want
wanna.
to die.
So last time, I went ahead and I rolled our monster's attack roll against Val.
Sven's got the paper.
He has the paper.
I wrote on that paper the final attack roll, all bonuses and penalties taken into account.
Can Sven read it?
Yes, but first, our monster has used one action to critically hit Val.
Yeah.
Has used its second action, swinging down now. And Sven, what is the attack roll against Val?
Does a 17 hit?
Oh, please tell
Oh,
me
that's
now.
so good. It does not hit.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh.
Let me just throw this backup character in the garb.
So this forge creature's second fist just like slams down onto the ground next to Val. It reaches up with its first fist again. Val, make a perception check.
I guess I can do that. 18.
Perfect, right on the money.
Oh,
As it's reaching up with that first fist again,
but do remember, Val doesn't really know money very well.
well then I won't tell you this.
Okay, thank you.
As it's reaching up with its first fist again, you notice on the outside of this like molten lava creature, there seems to be forming like a shell of cracked stone. And as you're noticing that, the creature looks down and seems to notice it itself, looks at you with just like this pure look of malice, and then backs up into the lava again with its final action.
Oh.
And as you're watching, the heat from the lava seems to like melt that stone back into liquid lava
I
again.
can only stay so long out of the lava.
Oh, wait. No, move him back.
Oh,
Yeah, I readied my thing's action to prevent him from moving.
Oh.
So whenever I readied his action to take a stride action to step in front of him when he would take the action.
Oh, the invisible.
Yeah.
Unseen servant.
so here's an interesting thing. If your unseen servant was a seen servant,
Mm-hmm.
I would go ahead and say this creature can go ahead and make an athletics check at a penalty to try to push through the space because it was already moving in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's a unseen servant and this creature doesn't necessarily know what's getting in the way, I don't think it's going to get an athletics check, and I think it doesn't get to move.
Yay.
But it doesn't use the action, or it does use
Yeah, so it spends the action, it's wasted because it's blocked and can't move
Oh,
forward.
that's great.
So it ends its turn right next to Val because it turns to move back into the lava and is stopped by the unseen servant.
Nice.
So what I was saying before of the lava like melting the stone and it like becoming fluid again does not happen. And instead you're noticing that hardness just starting to like creep up from the fist along the arm.
Yes. So excited.
And it is now Alward's turn. Oh, pardon me. There are a few things that happen. Alward, would you like to roll damage for this creature that did not get to move?
Yeah, I would love to. So I need...
I'm all for it. More damage? Thank you, please.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Did
that,
you roll
I see-
completely minimum damage?
Almost. 3 of them are 1s.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
sorry,
Should have
Jenkins.
taken mine.
The curse of Sam speaking onto your dice continues.
However, it is 20 damage.
Not bad.
So...
All right, so it takes that damage from being agitated and unable to move, but it also did damage Val, so it's going to take damage from Warrior's Regret, Sven.
1d8.
Oh, just one? Oh, for it's each creature.
Yeah.
Each creature.
It's not bad, though. Good, consistent damage.
3.
Right.
It's not bad.
So its turn ends, and it takes 53 damage, and is now only frightened 1.
53 damage? 23 damage?
Excuse me, yes, 23 damage.
I was confused. I was like, oh my goodness.
Something we don't know about just did a bunch of damage to this thing.
Oh, did you all miss the orbital laser going on?
I was going to say something, but it felt like it just wasn't the right time.
All right. Jenkins, it's Alward's turn.
Okay. So, what I'm going to do is unleash my psyche,
Ooh.
which is
Cool.
always fun.
Yes.
I do it on the daily.
98% of the time.
Yeah, every now and again it's pointless, but you know. And then I'm going to cast,
Something good, I hope.
something very good.
Cast
An
something
amped
good.
telekinetic projectile at the thing. Okay, that. I don't want to tell you. I'm going to use a hero point.
Oh, no.
Are you sure?
I rolled a 4.
Yeah, he's sure.
Did you roll the same thing?
It's better.
Technically.
5?
6?
So, when it was cocked on a 2.
Oh.
Then I rolled a 4.
Okay.
And now I rolled a 6.
So
So that is a grand whopping total of 17 to hit.
Unfortunately, that is not a success.
It also doesn't hit Sam.
You fool.
And then I'm going to use my last action to sustain my unseen servant and then do the same thing, have him ready in action for if that thing tries to move.
All right.
I'm sorry about your psyche.
I have one more round, it's fine.
Val.
Val
Run.
begins casting a spell. She says, Shylin, guide this glaive to its target's heart, as she casts True Strike, which I don't know if we've ever cast that on the show yet.
No?
Mm-mm.
So basically, the next time I make an attack roll before the end of my turn, roll it twice and use the better result. And then I will use my special ability, because it did damage to me, Divine Retribution, as I attack with my glaive.
It needs to do more damage to a few of you, actually, so I can do more damage to it by proxy.
I'd rather it not.
Neros, you want to get in there?
No, I'd really rather not.
Never mind.
32.
Ooh, that's a hit.
It is frightened, but it's still not a critical hit. That's sad. But it was a hit, and
It was
that's
a hit.
good. I'm gonna roll my damage here. It's not bad. That's 40 points of damage.
Oof.
And if it's evil, it's enfeebled.
Was it enfeebled 2 or just 1?
1
Okay.
until the start of my next turn.
All right. So it takes that 40 points of damage, is enfeebled 1, and you can tell this thing is on its last legs. The form that's being held together out of just molten lava is starting to become less distinct. There's just like portions that are dripping and sagging here and there.
And then I'm going to use my hero point, Healing Prayer, to heal 1d8 plus 8 hit points.
Nice.
Which is 10.
Nice. Zephyr. You're standing on the opposite side of this chasm of lava in the center of the room, on the opposite side of Val on the opposite side of the monster from Val.
I was so ready to roll my dice. I was like, just shaking it in anticipation.
Make an anticipation check.
Was that a D12? I'm definitely my first move or action is going to be to recharge my spell strike, because I can remember that I didn't do that last time. But then I'm just gonna spell strike once more. So
Get him.
I believe in you.
oh gosh, I'm gonna use a card.
Oh.
Doing very bad.
Oh, no.
I forgot. I shouldn't tell people
If
I
he
believe in them.
rolls a 5.
Yes,
Yeah,
Sam.
stop it.
I'm just an optimistic, believed person.
Yes, but you say that and then it messes up our rolls.
Be more happy.
Historically.
We're not optimistic about your optimism.
Oh, that
That's
is so much better.
So much better.
Okay, 28.
Well, that's a hit.
Perfect.
Yahoo!
All right, we're gonna do 22 damage.
Nice.
So, as you launch this arrow imbued with ice magic, would you like to describe what we see as this elemental totally loses all of its stability?
Yeah.
Go, Zephyr!
So if anyone can remember what happened last time, I
No.
shot one of these, except I think with the ice thingies in the cave I used a flaming arrow. It's gonna do the exact same thing, but I shoot the arrow, you see ice from my whatever spell I put on it, I totally forgot. It forms around the arrow and it flies straight over the lava, leaving a slight trail of, what is it, magma? It's still magma. Magma solidifying as the arrow goes straight into its head, and the form of the creature starts to just like shatter and then reform, but in like an impact zone as it starts to fall apart.
Nice.
And it just kind of teeters back, and just the lava that formed its body just flows down back into the channel. And you 5 adventurers are once again alone in the forge room.
Lay on hands.
Good job, Zephyr.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
You're the best.
Okay, so I will say that my first roll for that was a 3.
Oof.
Ooh.
I mean,
I'm glad
technically
you
it would have been
rerolled it.
16.
I
that
rolled a
to hit, but it still
17.
wouldn't have hit.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's a 3rd level and a 2nd level spell slot gone.
Samesies.
I'm down too, but I'm fine.
Are you laying hands on yourself? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, she touches her shoulder, and she goes, this hurts so much.
Zephyr runs over to her. I know you just say you're really hurt, but are you okay?
Well, I'm not dead. That's nice. It still hurts, but I'm getting better. If I have some more time in prayer, I can probably close all this up.
If you were to give your amount of life left in you a
I have 45 hit points out of 73.
You're also a very good whiz at math.
Thank you.
Was I the first person to pick up that hammer?
I don't know.
It was either you or me.
Do you think that was what caused the lava thingy to come out?
Oh, most definitely.
Because I don't want that to be because of me.
Which one of us has it
Possibly.
now, me or you?
Uver has it.
Yes, Uver has the hammer.
Uver has a hammer.
Uver has the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Uver.
You could make a religion out of this.
Thank you.
Don't.
I'm not going to touch anything else.
Okay. Did something happen when you touched something?
So there was a hammer over there, and it was...
Yeah, I saw you guys playing around with that.
I think that's what triggered things to happen.
I see.
I'm a little worried that was
Well,
what caused this.
I probably would have done the same thing, so I don't necessarily think it's your fault.
I appreciate that sentiment. Did you make any headway up the icy thing?
We were climbing up it when the creature came out. Is everyone else alright?
Pretty sure.
You just see Uver just dusting himself off behind the anvil. It's dead and everybody's okay.
More or less.
The burns hurt, I understand.
Yeah, it's getting better. I'm refocusing so I can heal more.
So, I think we should take as much time as we need for Val to feel better. I need to sit and think for a bit, refocus, as it were. If somebody can go out into the hallway and make sure nobody passes by here, because we're not sure if who we're looking for is in here or not, I think that would be the best idea. Which one of us is most ready to do that duty?
I would rather give another suggestion. Do you think we could go back to the lobby area?
Do you not like the giant flaming lava pit with the giant ice waterfall?
While it is cool, I would prefer to go back where we can prepare a little bit more around other friends.
So we could, but there's that issue of having to climb up that really steep thing and then possibly getting shot with lava again. That was kind of painful.
I didn't enjoy that bit of it.
We will have to do it again at some point.
Alward, since you had moved up to the far corner of the room near that door that was on the other side of that grating you all had to climb over, you can see that there's some rubble and assorted like forge equipment that's been leaned up against the door, and that's what was keeping it shut from your side.
We could also move this stuff, I suppose, to have a workaround, but
Oh, does that
would
lead
take
to
time.
the outside?
No, to the area, yes.
That's what I meant. The outside this room.
Yes. Alternatively, we could just have Rustaford watch the hallway.
Either way, we need to have a watch set. But it would be nice to give a little bit of time for those that can heal themselves to have a ability to do so. I will be fine.
Are you all sure we're ready to take this on?
Are we sure of anything right now?
I don't think it matters if
But-
we're ready or not.
The time to do it is now, whether we're ready or not.
We're already here.
If we wait or spend too much time, they could get what they want and leave.
And then what will be the consequences of that?
Well, do you think there's only one entrance?
Yeah, so from your general society check knowing about Trollforge, you're not aware of any other entrances.
Okay.
However, you've already made it further than most people have. Most people who are aware of Trollforge have made it into that front room and haven't gone any further.
I would presume that would mean that there aren't any other entrances on the mountain, because I imagine people would have explored the mountain pretty thoroughly.
I would not mind if we went back into the lobby. Now that we've discovered that there is one path that we absolutely cannot take.
And not to be against your idea, I would prefer to be in the lobby too, aside from being next to Magma. But, the zombie things came out of there, and we don't know how many more there are. Like, they could just be melting. I forgot which one of you said that last time. That was a good point.
Oh, the little ice cocoon-looking thing up the stairs. It looks like it's melting, and it might have been where those shamblers came from.
Yeah.
Or more might be coming. I heal again.
I think I think the best idea would be just to take 30, 40 minutes, however long Val needs.
I only need about 10 more minutes.
And then have Rustaford watch the hallway in that time.
If you wish to go check on our friends outside and Cornelius and
Pilgrim.
That would not be a bad idea. Perhaps if they wish to come and look in the room, Pilgrim especially, aside from the molten pit of magma and the possibility of another one of those creatures coming.
I think that is a good idea.
Actually, can I make a check and see if that creature actually is dead or just been melded into the magma to come back another time, perhaps?
Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check.
Good thinking.
And this would also have that +2 bonus from it being something that you're familiar with from your dwarvish background.
That's good. That would be a 20.
So from your understanding of these forge servants, you believe that having dissipated its physical form here, it would have to be re-summoned intentionally to reform.
I reiterate. But this one was different. This one is not how they usually are. They're not violent, they're not even necessarily huge. So I do wonder if somebody intentionally summoned it or corrupted it and sent it our way, knowing that we are here. Perhaps we have made a bit of a ruckus.
Or just as a security measure.
Either way, it is better to assume that they might know that we're here and be prepared than to not and be taken off guard.
That's true. That is true. If you don't all mind, I'm going to go check on Pilgrim and Cornelius, was it?
Yes, Cornelius.
Aye. Zephyr steps out of the room. Well, I guess after we
Clear the door.
clear the door.
We've been traveling with Cornelius for days. Can't remember his name. Immediately remembers the troll we just met.
Well, y'all said it like 3 times.
I'll go with him back to the lobby. As she's going, she stops at Uvair, and she's like, "That weapon you have there?"
Yeah, the hammer.
Should I hold on to it since I can make use of it if anything happens?
Yeah, I mean, you are more than welcome to hold on to it and to use it if you think that you are going to use it. I mean, I know you have your magic glaive or whatever.
It's always good to be prepared for things.
You can see he's kind of hesitating a little bit because
And
of what it is.
And she motions to her prosthetic arm. I'm not always going to be able to use both hands. So it'd be nice to have something I could use in just one.
That is true. Just take good care of it.
I will. I take good care of things, especially if they're not mine.
Yes, that.
If you ever need to look at it, just let me know. I'm not going to keep it from you.
That's nonsense. I trust you in that. And you can just see him. He's still staring at the hammer now that attention's been brought back to it in just contemplation.
All right. Thanks. She kind of just turns and then walks out.
As soon as Zephyr steps out the door, he does kind of lift up his cloak and he says,
Rustaford, could you keep an eye out down that hallway? Just come back to me if you see anyone or anything coming our direction.
And Rustaford will flutter out of your shadow and down the hallway. I'm presuming you're talking about deeper into the forge?
To, like, the area where the stairs were.
Okay, yeah, so he'll fly off down that direction and just, like, perch on the side of the wall where there's, like, an outcropping in the carving.
Cool.
Oh, Pilgrim. Cornelius.
I would like Val and Zephyr to make perception checks as you come around the corner.
Oh. I don't like that.
That's suspicious.
18.
Oh, gosh. 12.
Yeah, so as you come around the corner, Cornelius and Pilgrim look up and they're just like, oh, Cornelius, oh, hello. How did it go in there?
Not super well, but we won.
I got a little singed. Have you seen Sigrun around?
Oh, she's outside. I think she's hunting something.
All right, she's going to call Sigrun back.
And she, of course, comes back immediately.
Does Sigrun get a perception check?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
How did things go out here?
Oh, not bad. I've been enjoying the carvings on the walls and just tidying up a bit.
And there's just like a portion of the floor that's been swept, and he's like holding a big, like, evergreen branch.
You've done a wonderful job, Pilgrim. We have somewhat cleared out that other room that we just came out of. Would you be interested in seeing it?
Would I? Oh, I would love to see it.
Hold on, are you sure it's safe to let them just go inside?
It
I mean,
seems
a
to be.
giant lava monster tried to kill us in that room.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Uver did say that it wouldn't be coming back unless, purposefully recreated.
I mean, that is true, but it does put them in a greater chance of danger.
Well, I'm sure Alwood has stuff to do while we just kind of sit around, so if we can stay there
Well,
and keep an eye out.
if you think it'll be fine, Zephyr, then I guess I'll just go with you. I mean, they're both, I guess, grown people, so I guess they can do that.
I'm very grown.
And I trust Cornelius enough to stay out of trouble, mostly. And with like another minute or two, she heals up again, and she is back at full hit points.
So if you two will follow me, I will lead you into this pretty neat room.
Right, of course, lead the way.
Was there any other hallways, by the way, coming out of the lobby area?
There was a set of doors that immediately were opposite the doors that you entered the construction from, but they were securely locked.
Okay.
And as you lead Pilgrim into the room, he's just like looking around and up and at everything, just like obviously in total wonderment.
It's just so beautiful. The ceilings is... Did you see all the little carvings on the ceilings?
Do they say anything, or are they just pictures?
Oh, they're doodles. They're just kind of squiggle and squares and stuff.
At that mention, Uver looks up.
It is kind of like, the sort of like Arabic art where it's like it's artistic and aesthetic, but it doesn't depict anything specific. That kind of art style.
Gotcha.
I want it on record that Sigrun is still patrolling the entrance to let us know in case someone leaves or comes in.
Why did you bring them in here?
I figured they'd want to see the room after we've cleared it up.
I suppose that's fair, but I guess if they're gonna leave, they have no reason to come through this room, so I guess they're safer in here than outside, unless the zombies come back. But
you all seem to think that we're all safe in here, so I assumed that you'd be okay with them being here too.
He is a troll, so
I will say that if the zombies do come back, the lava might be a good deterrent.
Give them a good shove.
I forgot the troll's name. I know it starts with a
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim, thank you. Sorry. Pilgrim, if you fight, if the ice zombies come back, just throw them in the lava, in the magma.
That sounds like it might hurt them.
They're going to hurt you if you don't.
They are already dead. There is no way to kill them.
Oh.
For real.
Then I suppose it would be all right.
It would be a mercy.
All right. And he seemed to have been kind of distracted while you were telling him this. He's walked up to the massive anvil and is kind of running his hand over the surface of the anvil. Those who are watching Pilgrim might get the sense that he's a little bit too tall for it.
And how tall is he?
Like 12 feet, I believe. Let me double check his character sheet. No, he's like 14 feet tall.
Okay, that's
Somewhere in between trolls and people. Trolls and humans.
And remind me, how small is the smallest giant?
8 feet would be the smallest you could be to be considered to have the giant subtype.
Okay.
So if you're 7 foot tall, you're just a basketball player.
Yeah.
So do you see anything up there, Pilgrim? Like any engravings or anything? Or is it just an anvil?
Oh, here? This anvil? It's a very nice anvil. I hope to someday shape something wondrous on here.
Are there any tools or anything around the
Well,
room?
I thought there might be a hammer.
If you need some tools for crafting, I've got some.
Well,
Pilgrim.
surely your tools would be too small.
I mean, it's true.
What about the tools that were by the door? Is there anything over there?
Yes, let me look through those. And he starts kind of sifting through just the collection of items that were shoved up against the door. And before long, he's collected an oversized set of tongs and a hammer, and he's just kind of collecting tools out of the pile and just setting them off to the side.
Do you have any smithing experience?
Well, I've heated things up before and hit them really hard. I can't imagine there's too much more to it than that.
I respect that.
Is there anything to hit besides the anvil?
Oh, well.
No, I'm not asking him. I'm asking you.
There's some stuff here and there. There's like on the south side of the room, there was obviously used to be some wooden shelving, but the wood is completely gone, and now there's just the objects as they've kind of melted and fallen in on top of each other. But if you sift through that pile, then you might find a few ingots of like iron.
I'm going to go grab one of those and kind of toss it on top of the anvil.
Oh, would you like me to make you something?
Sure. I don't really know what you can make. I usually just stick with the tools that I have. But you can bang away.
Maybe you should make a crucible first, something that you can use to melt. Does he not?
Are they iron ore or iron ingots?
Ingots.
Already been. You will need some tongs or something.
I've got those. And he carefully picks up the ingot with the tongs and goes and sticks it in the lava. It's not very hot, so it might take a while to warm up.
Uver just looks at the lava. It might take a shorter time than you think, but at the same time, and now he's thinking about it. How hot would a forge was forge elemental?
Yeah, let's see.
Probably pretty hot.
Yeah.
Funny thing about lava.
Now I'm questioning how hot the magma actually is.
So temperatures of molten lava range from about 1300 to 2200 degrees Fahrenheit. Most forges are somewhere between 1600 and 2500,
Yup.
depending on what metal you're trying to smith.
Yup.
Yep. And iron melts at 2,800, so it's not going to melt, thankfully.
Nope, just time.
So I'm just going to throw this out there, and this is a weird suggestion. Do you think, would anybody mind if we used the heated up metal to make footholds in that mountain of ice?
That might hurt your feet. Oh, no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you melt the ingot to make holes.
So that ice is melting really fast. I don't know if doing that would be worthwhile.
Well,
I think
we need to get up there, I'm sure.
I think we might just have to do the jump.
Petite, would you make me a flat check, DC 11? So 11 higher is good, 10 and lower is bad.
I highly doubt that I'm going to be able to do this. Wow. I was a 17.
Nice.
So as time has passed and the room has been heating up, the waterfall itself is beginning to lose some of that frozen structure. There doesn't seem to be much water coming down from the top. There's a bit of a trickle, but most of the ice wall that was there has melted away. However, the grappling hook is still firmly attached to something at the top of the waterfall head. So you'll still be able to climb the wall, just not onto ice. You'll be, rappelling up on stone wall instead.
That's right, we did use the grappling hook.
Well, does anyone feel up to climbing up there? I mean, I guess if nobody wants to leave, we can...
That would be the next step I think we decided on before the whole lava monster, the corrupted forge elemental.
Well, who wants to go first?
Well, I can go first since I've got... She looks at her armor.
So, we all have armor?
No.
No.
Most of us, and in fact, I think including you, don't
Actually,
have armor.
He might have armor because he's a magus.
If
Oh,
I
that's
wear
true.
armor, it hurts my AC as a sorcerer.
There's also a time for me to point out, I've been acting as if Val had 30 feet movement speed because every single character I've ever played does. She indeed only has 20 because she's wearing full plate. So I will rectify this in the future.
So
Okay.
Val slowly crosses the room.
It's okay.
Clank,
She didn't go very
clank,
far from the
clank.
magma monster.
I'm going to send my unseen servant to move ahead of Val, so there's no surprises.
Well, Rustaford already looked down the hall.
You get up there, you start going in, and then a monster just...
Yeah, no, that was just Val saying it.
Yeah, Rustaford didn't actually tell me anything, I don't think.
Have
He
you
came out and just sat down.
and then the lava monster happened.
Yeah.
Where is Rustaford?
He's in the hallway, making sure nobody sneaks up on us, from the inaccessible pathway that I don't realize why I did that now.
From the top, Val looks down and says, "Alright, seems fine. Go ahead and follow."
Up we go.
So, how is this ice? Is it pretty smooth or is it bumpy and messed up?
Is it slippery?
It's fairly smooth.
Ooh.
It would be challenging to walk if you were to walk directly on this
Val
ice. But let me describe the room that you've entered real quick. So it's a narrow channel with a semicircle ceiling over you, sort of like if you imagine underground canals in Rome or something, where there's a narrow stone walkway on either side and then a deep channel of water in the middle. If you were a giant-sized creature like Pilgrim, you would have to stoop in this room as the ceilings are only about 10 feet high.
Val is going to just kind of slide around like she's ice skating.
Are there sidewalks?
There are 5-foot sidewalks on either side.
Howard's gonna get on a sidewalk.
I would also like to
Same.
get on a sidewalk.
How familiar are all of you with ice traveling?
Not at all.
No.
No.
You should head up a little more north or over to Earson.
Zephyr pokes his head out the little hole that we walked through and said, "Pilgrim, Cornelius, you can stay there if you want. Rustaford's watching from the hallway."
Pilgrim gives you a thumbs up and then pulls the ingot out of the lava and like inspects how it's taking on a reddish hue, like a kid warming a marshmallow over a fire, and sticks it back in the lava.
Don't hurt yourself.
Or Cornelius.
Or Cornelius.
Is Val ice skating?
Well, that would be a fun mechanic if it might happen in this room. If you succeed an athletics check, you can move faster on the
With my
ice.
feet.
Did I just hear somebody say it would be fun to have a combat in this
No!
No.
I said it'd be a fun mechanic!
Val grew up where there's like ice like this all the time, so she's just used to traveling across ice.
Let's
Especially
travel
with
down.
her last couple of years of traveling.
Just thinking of actual ice skating and how that works.
Well, she's just sliding on her feet like a person can do.
Yeah.
Zephyr has hopped up on the right side of the tunnel, opposite everyone else.
Just longer strides than that.
Walk like a penguin.
She's having fun. But then she kind of looks at everyone
We look back.
and
Yeah, we
realizes
look back because
it's not that kind of situation. So she hops off in front of Zephyr.
So everybody else gives her a look of, it's not that situation, and mine is, how the heck are you doing that?
I'm then going to move my unseen servant in front of me.
She's
and
also reminded that she almost died.
be like, you can continue.
No, it's fine.
You get used to it.
Hey, Val, when we're out of trouble, when we're out of danger, we can go ice skating.
Yeah, it's
It looks
fine.
like fun.
I
You
would
get like a plank
fall.
of wood or something and just like scoot on a slope.
Is
you
that
know?
that's sledding?
Yeah, on ice. You know how fast you'd go?
That sounds dangerous.
It sounds like a great time.
You can get pretty fast. It's
That's
fun.
giving me some ideas.
However, there's a lava pit over there that might be dangerous.
Yeah,
There were
yeah.
some contraptions when I was growing up that the smiths would make, just kind of like scrap that they would give us, that we would do that on the mountains. It was fun.
On like the snow top of mountains?
Yes. And sometimes during the winter.
Oh, look. It's where I saw that ice cocoon.
As you continue down, or rather up this channel, deeper along, it curves off to your left until it aligns perfectly with that hallway that had broken off after the stairs. And you shortly come to a portion of the wall on your left side that's been completely blown out and shattered, and opens out to where you can see it lines up with the portion of the walkway that's been shattered and destroyed. And there's chunks of ice and like fragments on the ground next to it, leading you to assume that possibly some ice had frozen through the wall and broken it in the past.
Can we see what is towards the end of that pathway? Like the broken pathway through the hole?
The path we would have had to jump across.
Yeah.
Not from this angle. It looks like it's a tube, essentially, made out of stone. So you aren't able to see what would continue down that path. However, looking through the broken tube, or over the broken tube, or under the broken tube, you can see a massive chasm leading down to a lava pit hundreds of feet below. And on the other side of that tube of stone is a narrow aqueduct of molten lava and a contraption of stone and metal water wheels of a sort that work on a conveyor belt to pull lava up from the chasm and deposit it into this aqueduct that seems to be feeding the forge.
Lava wheels.
It would not be an aqueduct.
I have to...
No, that-
lava duct.
Lava duct.
That's
a
what
lava duct and magma
I
wheels.
have to ask, and if it does not matter, feel free to tell me and we can move on. So, what's powering the lava duct to lift up the lava to
Good
go
question.
to the chasm?
It's hard to tell from here.
I hate you.
It's probably their engines, because those are Hot Wheels.
Stop.
No.
Hero
Ow.
point. Hero point.
Out. I would think it might be steam powered considering all the ice.
Episode title?
Other hero point.
Hot Wheels.
Steam wheels.
Steels. Portmanteau.
Portmanteau.
So if we continue down this ice pathway, does that just keep going, or is that a dead end?
Yeah, so another like 30 or 40 feet beyond where you are right now, it seems to go up another waterfall, and the opening beyond that seems to be more natural stone. It's not as worked as the area that you've come along up through this like channel here.
Do you guys want to keep heading up, or should we go back and try and get through that tube?
Well, I feel like if we keep heading up would be the easiest way. I can have my unseen servant attached like I did before.
Yeah,
The
I don't
grappling
think we
hook
can make
and
through the tube.
It's true, but if it's looking like it's more natural, it might be heading out of this, out of the Trollforge and more to like a water like spring or something.
Well, I'm sure there might be other inlets of where the water is coming if that's the case.
I think that we should continue down this way because I don't know if I can make that jump.
Same.
I could throw you.
Put a
We've
dwarf
had
in a
this
catapult and just.
We've had this
One-
conversation. I don't want to be thrown.
One point that is a little bit unclear from the two-dimensional map we're using, you're about 12 feet up from the point where you would jump to, as opposed to being on level ground as you were before.
Well, I meant like we would go around and go back. We wouldn't jump from here.
Yeah, just letting you know, you're on higher, it's further away.
We have the
It's
high
like
ground.
20 feet away now instead of a 10-foot jump, but you have a 12-foot advantage.
Did anyone bring a glider?
Stupid suggestion.
No, I've had those all day.
We get Pilgrim to toss us across the chasm.
Or he just reaches his hand out and we walk across his arm.
I would be okay with that. Just saying.
It's possible. Could work.
Can we see what's at the end of this tunnel first and then consider
Yeah.
pilgrim
But
toss?
if we actually need to go across there, Pilgrim can just, lift us and set us over there.
I don't. So
If-
Jordy mentioned last time we were talking about going over, if I remember right, that it looks very unstable, unsturdy. So I would worry if we got him too far out there that it would collapse the rest of it and he would die.
We don't need pilgrim.
Yes, we do.
I'm sorry. Scratch that from the record.
Remove the hero point.
I'm going to throw something at you.
That wasn't very hero-like.
I am.
Like a very sharp D4.
You don't know my alignment.
Who has-
So I think the throwing idea is what
Who
I was
has
trying to
what?
get at would be fine.
Who has the best perception bonus?
8.
8.
10.
Hang on.
10.
Hang on.
Just gonna say
8.
All right, so Alward and Uver are the first to notice a sort of a scratching sound from further down this canal, and what it sounds like it's coming from that more natural stone arch at the top of that next waterfall. Sort of like when you hear like a raccoon getting into the barn, that kind of a scratching sound.
That's not
So
good.
specific.
That's not good. I've already mimed Val climbing up the waterfall.
What about squirrels getting in the ceiling?
Less like that. The squirrels getting into the ceiling is a little bit more frantic.
What about
the
bat?
raccoon is a little more stealthy.
What about bats in a belfry?
So I no longer...
Are you
That's a little more
are
flutter.
you actually climbing up there, continuing?
I had intended to be over at least throwing the grappling hook and getting it prepared to climb.
Maybe we shouldn't do that now.
Well, I thought you all just said we had to get up here.
Do you not hear that? I don't want to fight something if we don't have to.
It sounds
What
like
do you
just
do?
an animal, something small, like a rodent or something.
Or a swarm.
I could take a look.
I'll ready my bow, just in case.
Same.
I'll take a look.
Well, not my bow.
Also,
You all stay down here.
you
if
don't
it's-
have to throw it. We have magic. I can easily just
You guys
match
were
it on for
talking,
you.
so I just
Don't
got it
just
set up
do
by
things
myself.
on your own, though. That's how you die.
You all voted for this, so I went to do it.
Working on your own is the best way to never see your friends or family again.
You guys are like 15 feet away from me. I'm pretty sure it's fine for me to throw a grappling hook up the way we all decided we were going.
It wasn't decided yet, is what we were trying to. We were discussing on if we should, and then we heard scurrying.
Oh,
Do we hear any? Is it coming towards us, away from us? How's it?
Once you've started talking about the scratching, it actually stops.
Scratching is sentient.
maybe Rustaford could take a look for us.
Could he hear me from here?
Oh,
You said he was right there.
I believe so, because if you stick your head out that like broken out portion of the wall, Rustaford's only like, what, 20, 40 feet away?
Also, don't you have like a mental connection? No?
Not that I know of.
That's a specific feat you can get.
Oh,
He can speak and he can fly.
gotcha.
He is a normal raven. Normal.
Air quote, normal.
I stick my head out the hole and just. Hey, Rustaford, we need you again. I'm sorry to make you leave your post.
There's a fluttering sound like a bat in a belfry, and Rustaford comes around the corner.
Would you mind taking a look up there and just kind of let us know if there's anything spooky?
At the top of the waterfall,
Yes.
of course. And he takes off, flies up. What's Rustaford's fortitude DC?
Oh, I don't know. How do I find that out? It's probably in my pets.
Yeah.
You killed
I
Rustaford.
don't like
Oh, so 20.
this.
So Rustaford flutters up to the top of the waterfall, and you know how I described earlier the scratching like a raccoon in getting into the barn? Well, it sounds like the raccoon has gotten into the chicken coop, and the chickens are flying out frantically, and Rustaford pops back out of the waterfall and lands on your shoulder, and he goes, "Lizards. Lots of lizards.
So it was spooky.
Like what kind of lizards?
Big ones.
Like monitor lizards.
I don't have a good skill to identify them.
Are you all right?
I'm a little stressed. One of them grabbed my tail feathers.
So maybe
So
let's
sorry.
not fight the lizards.
Yeah, let's not go up there.
Or
perhaps.
we leave the lizards here and then they go and get Pilgrim and the rest. And
I have faith in Pilgrim,
We can tell them that this
not
died
so
just
much
lizards,
Cornelius.
and then he can just start the lizards.
I had to tell Pilgrim that it would be okay to kill the ice zombies because they're already dead.
So he, regardless of his temperament, he is a troll. They are unnaturally strong, and
But that doesn't mean.
when push comes to shove, I'm sure he would.
He did. He left.
Yeah, that's true. He ran last time instead of fighting things.
Well, then he would run this time.
And leave Cornelius.
No,
Cornelius
Cornelius
would
would be
run
well
too.
far gone. He's good at that.
So as you're all arguing and discussing, Zephyr spell strikes his bow with a flame.
Produce flame?
Oh, produce flame, yeah. And he shoots it into the vague direction
Oh my gosh.
that we heard the noises.
Make a luck check.
I'm just.
I'm trying to decide the DC of this luck check.
How many lizards are there? How much area does it take up? And how likely would it
Make
be that they're in the
flat-
area?
A flat check with a DC 15.
That's a fair
Yeah.
What was the DC?
15.
I got an 11.
Dang it.
So as you loose that flame-imbued arrow, it arcs up over the top of the waterfall, and the little bits of fire that are still on it as it's like seeking out its target, creates a little bit of light at the top of that waterfall, just enough to glint off of the eyes of a bunch of short reptilian figures that are looking over the edge of the waterfall, and you hear it clatter against a stone wall behind them. Anybody who is watching this, go ahead and make a society check.
I was about to say, I think I know what's going on.
Uh-oh. Society.
I didn't roll bad for a society check, Jordy. I got a 28. Are you proud?
I got a 24.
18.
22.
20 not natural.
Okay, so Neros, Uver, and Zephyr succeeded. Alward and Blue.
Val.
Alward and Val critically succeeded. You all recognize about 7 kobolds who are looking over the edge of the waterfall.
I assumed it'd be a kobold.
All right. We're going to back away now, right?
Well, hold on. If they're kobolds, that means they're sentient. So
They're
we could try to
intelligent.
talk to them.
Right. I guess it's
Supposedly.
possible.
Does anybody speak Draconic? I know that's weird coming from me.
I
No.
do.
Why do you speak Draconic?
I'm going to double check that. I do.
Do you really?
I speak I have so many languages because I got multilingual
Multilingual.
from my ancestry. I speak it.
Can you
Wait, am I the only one?
say
I
something?
haven't
maybe?
dabbled into learning it because I didn't think I would need it.
Hello.
Hello.
What blessings of Pharasma and Shaylin upon you. How are you today?
Warm.
Oh, that's good. Right, that's good.
It's very good. Yes.
It's cold down here. It's ice.
Should we invite them up? No, not to the village.
Is there much up there? We're just exploring.
Nope, just a boring cave.
Alright, you haven't seen any other people like us down here recently, have you?
Are you looking for the warrior?
Probably.
He came through, and he took the ice bridge with him.
The ice bridge? Over there? She points to the tunnel.
Yes, over there.
Oh, I see. All the lava's starting up again. There's a big monster. Did you see that before? The big giant lava monster?
No.
We slayed it.
Likely story.
I have the burns to prove it. But
Your clothes are burned.
it's true. Look at me. Say,
Howard's gonna tug on Val's shoulder.
Yes.
Not to be rude, but if you can see if they know Scald, something we all know, that would be.
do you speak any other languages, or is this it?
One of them sticks a spear out. We speak the language of war, and they pull him back.
Well, let me make this.
What's that in Draconic?
In Draconic.
I'll make this clear. We're not interested in fighting or war.
Even though there was an arrow that shot over everybody in
Still want to
the
walk.
wall.
No, the arrow that shot over.
We
everything.
thought you were lizards, not lizard people.
You know what? I should have used my ability.
A friend of mine got a little carried away with his arrow.
What's that?
So I apologize about that. I didn't know there was a village up here.
We have lived here for 10 generations.
How long is that for kobolds?
Don't they live to be 30 or something? Or is it longer than I thought?
I think they might live more normal.
More normal?
That's a question I
More
didn't
normal.
prep for.
My brain wants to say they mature at age 12 and die at age 40.
Aren't they like goblins that
That's
mature at
probably
age
wrong.
4 and die at 20-something?
I thought that
Jenkins, you're dead on.
was... Really?
They have a life expectancy of 30 years.
Woo!
There we go.
10 generations. Okay.
However,
That's not bad.
That's a long time.
that's because they usually get killed at that point.
That is true.
They could live to be as old as 140.
Well,
Just like Vikings.
My new backup characters are 100-year-old kobold.
No, my new backup character.
well, if he just crossed that path there and then broke the ice bridge, the warrior.
Yes.
Do you know of another way to get across and over there? We really need to get there to see this man.
We could build nuts.
I can roll a diplomacy check, maybe.
Roll a diplomacy check.
Can I give them guidance?
Can I give them stuff?
I'm going to give you guidance.
I'm gonna talk to him. Bless me. I need a hero point.
Yeah.
25.
Hey.
Plus guidance.
26.
We are in the mightiest forge of the land. We can build you a bridge.
I would be forever in your debt if you were to do such a service and favor for us.
It'll take some time.
We have time to spare.
How much? What?
You might want to
How
ask
much
how long.
Val-
Well, how much time? I should ask. I hear voices in my head.
I really wanted to say 13 weeks. Why? If we were to build a bridge, you would probably want to take a long rest while we did it.
Val, what are they saying?
That's a long time. Surely.
Val, what's going on?
He said it'd take 12 hours. 8
For-
to 12 hours to build a bridge for us.
That's not bad. That's rather fast.
It is fast.
Have you ever built a bridge? That's
There's
really fast.
We literally just repaired a bridge the other day.
There's a crazy cult member trying to steal a sword inside the heart of the cave. I feel like time might be an issue.
We also are at the only entrance.
That we know of.
and exit.
I mean, we could assume that
Oh,
they need
hold
a
on,
rest
everybody,
too.
shut up. Great kobolds, great crafters. Do you know, are there any other entrances or exits to this mighty forge?
There's another one. and he like pokes his head out so you can like see him more fully, and he gestures with 2 fingers pointing behind him. It's up here, but it's like this big. And he's like, it's just like 2 feet, like his shoulder width.
I see. And this is the only way into your village.
Up here?
Yes.
This is the back door.
The back door. And I imagine you have a very well-crafted and well-guarded front door.
Of course.
Of course. All right. Well,
You're welcome to come spend the night in the village while we build the bridge.
that would be so kind. I thought about asking, but I didn't want to impose too much.
Oh, no, we'll have a feast in your honor.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Thank you so kindly.
Do they speak any other language that we can speak?
No.
They sound so scary.
Actually,
I don't know
they
if I like
speak
this.
the language of war.
Can you
At
ask
least
them-
one of them does.
Can you ask them again and maybe this time be insistent?
I just speak up and scald. Can you understand this?
What's he saying?
They're really trying to... They really want you all to speak other languages.
I say something in abyssal. Hello?
That language sounds kind of scary, but I don't know why.
I agree. Now, you only speak Kobold in war, is that right?
Yes.
Or Draconic, I should say.
I do Jotun.
I'm gonna go through all of my languages, which include
Hello. Different languages.
the language that the people in Chiliac speaks. I forgot what the Taldane.
Yes.
Taldane, Dwarven, Elvish, Gnomish, Halfling, Skald, Hallet, Tien, Ancient Thessalonian, and Sylvan.
While he's doing that, I'm like, do you have a ladder or something?
I join in with Sylvan.
We have a well-crafted
Ladder, one of them says, while the others are just looking at each other, shrugging and shaking their heads.
We
And
didn't
they
even have to
begin
cast
to lower
charm.
down a ladder, and it's about a foot wide.
Do I recognize the ancient Thessalonian?
Don't you know it?
No, I don't have it as a language.
Oh, I thought you knew that language.
I mean, I study
You're
it,
trying to-
obviously,
So
but
yeah, you recognize it as ancient
as
Thessalonian. Because you have ancient Thessalonian lore
Yeah.
as a skill.
All right,
Yeah.
they're lowering this ladder for us to get up.
May I
It's
go
small.
first?
I think I need to go first.
Oh,
right.
Zephyr. You
I
can
ju-
come
I just-
right after me, though.
I just speak in. I look over at Alwyn and Jotun. Just say, you know, ancient Thessalonian.
I speak in Sylvan. I don't know Jotun.
I should
You don't know Jotun.
I should say they really don't like you guys having all these conversations in different languages.
What do you expect us to say or speak?
Well, you guys keep switching languages over here. It's kind of freaking me out too.
So as of right now, until later levels, all of my languages except for Ancient Thessalonian were picked based off of if they could earn Alward money and or be useful in a normal day-to-day life.
Gotcha.
So Val, you begin scaling the waterfall with the use of their ladder. You can use it more like a rope and like walking up the wall, because when you try to use it as a ladder, it just starts like creaking.
Yep. All right. She gets up. She's like, all right, come on up, everyone. We're get to. Oh, they tell you they're letting us spend the night in the village.
Well, you didn't tell
We're
us
gonna have a
anything.
feast while they build the bridge. Also, there's another way out of the place, and it's up here.
I'm gonna go let Cornelius and Pilgrim know what we're doing. I'll be back.
Great kobold crafters. I should let you know. We have two other friends: a small man whose head is an eye, and a troll. But the troll is kind and a crafter himself. He hopes and dreams one day to be as great as you at crafting.
What are you saying?
I'm just introducing Cornelius and Pilgrim to them so they're not
Why?
freaked out.
I don't think Pilgrim's going to be able to climb this ladder.
No, but they're going to have to walk right past those two, and I'd rather them not get freaked out seeing them.
Oh, right. They have to go out.
Yeah, to get to the place to build the bridge.
Hmm.
Unless they're building it from right here to there, but I don't know if that would be as easy for them.
They build it, then put it on a flatbed truck, and then drive it there at 15 miles an hour.
Have you
over 2
seen how
days.
tall those stairs are? I don't know if a flatbed's going to make it up. Anyway, if you all will just come up here, there's food, there's rest. I'm sure it's all great.
Now, the kobold you've been primarily speaking with, Val, turns to you and says in the most serious face,
Notice, we have no lights up here. It is completely dark.
Well,
We will not be lighting your path as you cannot know the secret paths to our village.
I feel like I should let you know, my good sir, that all of us can see in the dark. So it should be quite fine, actually. We don't need any lights.
He looks crestfallen. Then we
Her
will
eyes are like glowing right now.
Then we will have to blindfold you.
Are you sure that's necessary, great crafters? We are just visiting after all.
Why are they holding blindfolds?
Val, what is going on here?
I will say my friends get very anxious when they can't see things.
Val, what
That's
are
fine.
you
We'll
saying?
poke them if they're going the wrong way.
That feels... See, now, you're pointing things... They don't understand fully what's going on, and those type of things feel very aggressive, you know?
Val,
It's
what are
fine.
you
The kobold
saying?
puts his hand, like he's trying to reach up to your shoulder and just ends up like putting his hand on your elbow.
I lift him up.
So now he's got his hand on your shoulder and he's like,
I understand that your friends aren't as intelligent as you. Maybe you can explain to them why we have to blindfold you all.
Just because we don't know Draconic.
And she can't.
It makes
Stop sharing
sense
information.
For kobolds. Yeah, and I can't stop her because I don't know Draconic.
Exactly, none of us can. Sucks.
Well, trying to think about how they might take me talking to them about that. Like I said, they don't much like for blindfolds. They say, that one, she points at Uwe, he gets very rabid if he can't see things. And I'm very concerned for your safety if he's blindfolded. So maybe all of us but him?
make a deception check.
Uber starts foaming at the mouth.
I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Magic spells start casting everywhere.
Wild wizard.
9.
Oh my gosh.
He looks like the second most intelligent one in the group.
He is
I
actually.
don't think he would go rabid.
I mean, I feel like I've seen it once, but I could have been wrong. Is there anything I can say to you to perhaps convince you not to do this? Because tomorrow we're going to have to leave again.
It's not up to me to decide. It's the chieftain who decides who may know where the village rests.
Can I speak to the chieftain?
He's in the village.
What if I just go to the village?
Well, it's not a long walk. We could just blindfold you and take you there.
That sounds good. I could talk to the chieftain about this.
All right, let's do it. And
All
he
right.
Starts pulling out a blindfold.
She starts just walking with the blindfold. Hold on. She turns around with the blindfold still on. I'm going to go speak to the chieftain. I'll be right back.
Val,
Why are you blindfolded?
Because I feel like all of you don't want to be blindfolded.
Why
so I'm
would
gonna-
we have to be blindfolded? What have you been saying to these kobolds?
what's been going on?
They want us to wear blindfolds so we don't know how to get to the village.
Why was they...
And I'm trying to convince them to not do that. So first, I need to get blindfolded and speak to the chieftain. And then I'll come back and decide.
How do you know they're not just gonna, blindfold you, take you to their village, gang up on you, kill you, and then eat your corpse?
Howard, that's awfully close-minded of you. These are kind, crafting gentlemen.
They could just
And
drop
women.
you in a pit of
I-
lava.
I don't know that. I
they would-
don't speak
Magma.
Draconic.
They would never do this. They are good people
People.
to be trusted.
Val's gonna die.
Yeah, we say Val survived the lava monster. Gonna die by like 15 kobolds.
Well, actually, she looks down. She has a thought. Who of you are really good at talking? Like diplomacy and stuff. Neros, why don't you come with me and I'll translate for you?
Wait, you are?
In a manner of speaking.
Neros, I can translate
I
for
am
you.
not-
I think
no,
Please
you
don't
want me
charm
doing
the
that.
chieftain.
I think you might be better at this.
I have a plus 13 in diplomacy.
Dang. I have a -1, so go for it.
I guess before this I should ask, are you all okay with being blindfolded or is that a no? I told them it was a no from you.
What?
I mean, have really good
No
memory,
comment.
so I could probably figure out where it's at even if, but I don't
No
care.
comment.
I want to know why they think we would need to be... I mean,
It's
as
a
a
chi-
dwarf,
okay.
I would probably... Why do they need to blindfold us in the first place?
Because the chieftain said so.
Zephyr just holds up 2 thumbs.
That doesn't answer my question.
So do I not need to do this? We can just all go blindfolded?
I'm fine with being blindfolded. I don't care.
That's good to know.
Yeah, we're good.
So are we going to the village?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back then, and then I walk away.
All right. I've spoken to them some more. They are okay with being blindfolded. So I don't need to speak to the chieftain.
Perhaps your friends are not as unintelligent as you have made them out to be.
It's true. All right, you all can come up here and be blindfolded, and we'll just head over to the village. Sorry to drag this out longer than I needed to.
Whenever they try to blindfold me, I kind of hold my hands out and shake them like, no, no, no. And then I close my eyes tightly. Do they blindfold me anyway?
You feel them attempting to blindfold you.
Can they not reach me?
Well, like, they're going to do it, but you would have a chance to stop them if you choose to.
Oh, I don't stop them. I
Okay.
just close my eyes.
Then they blindfold you. They're on average, they're about a foot shorter than you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm out of the room.
Zephyr makes his way up and is blindfolded. Neros and Uver. And by the time the rest of you are up, Alward, did you have anything you wanted to do?
Oh, I'm just going to go tell Cornelius and them, like, hey, so we found a supposedly friendly group of kobolds. I don't really know. I don't speak Draconic yet. Val does, though, and she seems to like them. So we're going to go to their camp. I'm sorry, Pilgrim, you're too big.
That's
to
fine.
come.
I think they wouldn't like me anyway. Too big.
So they are going to come down here and help build a bridge over the next several hours. So just be wary of that. Cornelius, if you want to come, I guess you can.
I am not a fan of spending the night in a kobold village.
You know, I'm not either, but Val is very keen. I don't know how we got roped into this, so I gotta go back. And then I'm gonna head back.
And as you're leaving, Pilgrim pulls the iron ingot out of the lava, nods, and starts hitting it with a hammer.
Nice.
How would blindfolding Cornelius even work?
It's just a bag over your head.
So, Alward, as you return to the rest of the group, you're seeing they're just finished tying the blindfold onto Uver. So you climb the ladder, get blindfolded, and we'll see you all in the next episode.
Yep.
Sweet.
We're all gonna be on.
How did it even we could just
Like a
stay down in the
rotisserie
room,
chicken.
and you're like, "Now let's go to the kobold village."
Why would we not go stay with the kobolds? They're offering food.
Can I heal
be a
at this
trap.
place?
It's not a trap. They're kobolds. They're friends.
All right, and Sam, you got the hero point for today for your diplomacy with the kobolds and tanking against the lava monster.
I do my best. Well, thank you for this hero point. I'm going to go not finish my backup character, I guess.
All right, and we'll see you all with 0 deaths in the next episode.
Dun dun dun.
This has been an Atomic Broadcasting production. Pathfinder, Galarian, and the Lost Omens world setting are copyright of Paizo. More information at paizo.com. Music in the show is from Monument Studios' collection, as well as assorted artists with some original tracks composed by Jordy Hake. More details in the description. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to share with a friend, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next time.
Jacob, when you get to this episode, please save that sound wave of Sven's laughter.
I don't think he's gonna be able to miss it.
I could use a sci-fi sonic weapon sound effect.
Put some reverb in there.
It's turned into Star Trek.